One of my subscribers asked, Mary Jo, we have a push-pull style in our relationship, and I want to know if you think it will last. First of all, I better explain what a push-pull style is, or it's more like one person is pulling and the other one is running away. What they're alluding to is the idea that they're an avoidant, anxious attachers. So one of them is avoidant. They like space, they like independence, they need to be loved, but yet it can make them anxious if they're too loved or if they feel smothered or trapped. And the other type is anxious. So they need lots of reassurance. They need lots of validation. They need to know all the time, like, where are you? Are we okay? Are we still together? They need a lot of validation. And so what I'm going to do with this video is I want to say, yes, you can survive. And in fact, you can thrive. But it takes awareness. Both people have to be aware to know what they have, what they're bringing to the relationship. And by the way, these two styles are very attracted to each other because it's like one person admires the other person for their space, and the other person admires the person who can just come to them, love them, be with them, want reassurance. And so it's almost like you're attracted to opposites. In this case, you're not quite opposite. You both need love, but you need it in very different ways. So the most important thing that I'm going to tell you so you can thrive in this type of a relationship is you have to have self-awareness. You need to have honest communication. Both of you have to be open and transparent about what will make you feel safest, most secure, and in love with this person. And then you have to have a commitment to personal growth. Like, you have to say, you know what? I've been running away for a long time. Things get too emotional, or I start feeling trapped, and I just have to sit in that. When you have a partner willing to do that for the relationship, that's a very good sign that this is a relationship that we can grow. We can actually become better versions of ourselves if we make this relationship commitment. You do have to have a respect for boundaries. So that person who is anxious, who needs, reassurance, who needs check-ins, who needs to know that you're still safe with this person, that this person still loves you, they need to back off and they need to respect the boundary of the other person. And the other person who says, I need space, I feel smothered or trapped, can't just say indefinitely, I'm going to go out. They need to understand that they're with someone who that makes them very anxious. So they have to honor their need. I need time alone. Give me 2 hours. Like, when you're able to say, I think 2 hours will be enough time for me, and then I want to come back, I want to be there with you, that's going to calm your anxious partner down. And not only that, but I think that's being more emotionally mature. Like, you're taking responsibility for the way you live your life, what you need to feel respected in a relationship, but you're not punishing your partner because of your needs. So how do you fix it? Can you fix it? Should you fix it? Well, I think the thing that I talk about when I talk about fixing your style, it's more about understanding your own and your partner's attachment style. Like, you might have grown up in a chaotic home and there was never a parent you could rely on. So you started relying on yourself. And if that's your case, then you know that the more you relied on yourself, the less you felt the need for other people. Like, you never really trusted them because they failed you so many times in the past that you began making your own way. You may have even taken care of younger siblings, but you're going to for sure probably have an avoidant attachment style, maybe a little anxiety too. The anxiety person, the anxiety attachment, comes when you have one parent who is on and off again. And so you crave so much, just the steady, when you're with them, you love that and you want that all the time, but then they take off again. So you're always filling that void. with other people. You're looking for your validation outside of yourself rather than saying, you know what, I'm enough. And the fact that they kept coming in and out of my life, that was their baggage. That wasn't mine. But when you're an adult, getting to that place of insight is very difficult. And I think working on enhancing your communication skills, being willing to do the work, to know where you are, like what is going on with you, how did this develop, and why do you continually seek validation from outside? Those are important points. And then practicing, if you're working with a therapist or you're working through a program, practicing what they tell you. Today, I want you to, start telling yourself, thank you for this, thank you for this, because building inner validation is a big deal and you need it to be a responsible adult. Establish clear and healthy boundaries. Most of the time, these types of anxiety, these type of attachments did not come from families with good boundaries. So do it for yourself. What is your boundary? What can you expect? And next, seek professional help. It's okay to go to a therapist and talk about what is happening, why this, why this is such a problem, and ask the therapist, how can we make this better for our relationship? If you see potential in the relationship, there's no reason to end it. But there are reasons you should end this type of relationship, and I want to quickly go through those now. Incompatible needs. When your partner's not willing to budge or change for your needs, then that is a clear marker you need to get out of this relationship. Ongoing conflict. Just because the two of you are different doesn't mean you should be fighting all the time over everything. When you see this, this is a resistance to change. And it might be a resistance to change on your part, or it might be your partner's. But either way, I would let the relationship go before you worked at it anymore. And as I already said, deteriorating well-being. If you're not feeling good about it, you're having more stress, you're not really feeling loved, or that the relationship is going anywhere, you need to end this. I think overall, these types of relationships have gotten a bad rap because people think relationships should be easy. They're looking for someone that they're compatible with. However, I will say this, if the two of you are willing to work on the relationship, an anxious attachment style and an avoidant attachment style has a lot of tension, it has a lot of passion, and I think if the two of you want the challenge and you're up for doing the self-work, it can be really fantastic. If this video is helpful for you, please subscribe, and if you're already a subscriber, thank you.